Wonky D says hi.
Lance says hi.
The Wonky One says, "What's up, Lance? How's it going?"
Wonky D says, I just rolled a starlight. 150,000 chance.
Lance says cool.
Upage Game Corporation says hi.
The Wonky One says there are 580 minutes until the end of stream, which is 9 hours, or 0.38 days.
Wonky D says hi at Upage Game Corporation.
Gojo says hi Wonky.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk flashes Gojo asterisk.
Wonky D says, well, are all you guys just waiting for me to stream again?
Gojo says ah. Lance says nah. Gojo says flashes up EA Game Corporation with flashbang.
The Wonky One says Upage Game Corporation slaps Boonchai and Lance round a bit with a large trout.
Upage Game Corporation says egg. Don't do that again, Sebastian Salas.
Gojo says get out pouting.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk Pax Gojo asterisk.
Gojo says get out.
The Wonky One says there are 915 minutes until the end of stream, which is 15 hours, or 0.62 days.
Gojo says ah. Throws nuke at up EA Game Corporation. Baby crying.
Upage Game Corporation says lost connection.
Wonky D says, how many people here?
Gojo says wah loudly crying pouting wah loudly crying pouting wah loudly crying pouting.
The Wonky One says a game of hot potato has started. The first hot potato lands in a Upage Game Corporation's hand. Type, pass to pass the hot potato to the next person before it burns your hands. At Upage Game Corporation passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato to at Gojo. At Gojo passed the hot potato to at Upage Game Corporation. At Upage Game Corporation passed the hot potato to at Gojo.
Upage Game Corporation says LO5T.
The Wonky One says at Gojo passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Wonky D missed to pass the hot potato and burned their hands. The potato has been passed 5 times this round.
Wonky D says, ha ha, I missed it.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk flashes Gojo asterisk.
Gojo says enough.
Upage Game Corporation says not enough. I blocked Fyodor.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a starlight. 150,000 chance.
Gojo says get out pouting face with symbols on mouth angry.
Upage Game Corporation says, are you serious or something? Asterisk flashes Gojo asterisk.
Gojo says R.
The wonky one says there are 409 minutes until the end of stream, which is 6 hours, or 0.25 days.
Gojo says stop.
The wonky one says Tom Sawyer was the first novel written on a typewriter. How do you know if there's an elephant under your bed? Your head hits the ceiling. Plant a tree. Upage Game Corporation slaps Molly McGee on a bit with a large trout. At Wonky D Outlook good.
Wonky D says a GOJO Upage Game Corporation isn't being nasty.
Upage Game Corporation says Olafs.
Wonky D says latest biome snowy.
Gojo says if Upage Game Corporation says swipes card on item. I dare you to say it.
Taylor Grindle says, hey Wonky, it's been a while.
The wonky one says, hey there Taylor Grindle. Are you new here?
Upage Game Corporation says, what a shame.
Taylor Grindle says, nah, I'm not new. It's just been a while.
Upage Game Corporation says Taylor Grindle, what a shame.
Gojo says Upage Game Corporation say swipes card on item I triple dare you. $700K if you say it.
The 1Q1 says Gojo, you had 3,413,300 points. You won 700,000. You now have 4,113,300 points. The raffle has started for 1 million points. To enter time, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Gojo entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Gojo says what?
Wonky D says latest biome windy.
The 1Q1 says the raffle is now over. 1 entered. Winner is Gojo, you won 1 million points and now have 5,113,300 points. Gambling is now enabled. Top points. 1. Gojo 5118300. 2. French Fry Antlers Fan 50230. 3. Generic Person 3189000.
Gojo says well I beat French Fries Antlers Fan womp 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 womp.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk flashes Gojo asterisk differentiate project cycloversal.
The 1Q1 says a raffle has started for 1 million points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Gojo entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Baconers Online says are you mobile?
The 1Q1 says hey Bacon is in line, welcome to the stream.
Gojo says yes.
The 1Q1 says you have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Upage Game Corporation says heyo Bacon is in line.
Wonky D says latest biome windy.
The 1Q1 says you have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Wonky D says latest biome rainy. Latest biome windy.
The 1Q1 says the raffle is now over. 1 enter. Winner is Gojo, you won 1 million points and now have 6,118,300 points. Gambling is now enabled.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk flashes Gojo asterisk.
Gojo says doesn't affect me anymore. Baconers Online says section. Gojo says womp 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 womp.
Upage Game Corporation says only one thing to say.
Tia DiMaggio says can I play please?
The 1Q1 says hi there Tia DiMaggio, welcome to Wonky D's stream.
Upage Game Corporation says asterisk throws knife at Gojo asterisk.
Gojo says doesn't affect. Tia DiMaggio says equals.
Upage Game Corporation says wow, the echo effect sound is good.
Gojo says oh no.
Upage Game Corporation says to weak fart.
Gojo says I ate chicken with a lot of hot sauce.
The 1Q1 says hey Tia DiMaggio. You currently have 0 points, so you can't use fart.
Gojo says I'ma go take a huge dump.
Wonky D says latest biome snowy.
The 1Q1 says hey Gojo. Has 6,122,300 points and are in rank 1 of 16.
Gojo says latest biome nuke. Colon closing parenthesis. Tia DiMaggio says day 3. Gojo says I'ma save up until I have 2 billion. Points. Tia DiMaggio says what? Gojo says you can reach 2 billion points.
Wonky D says latest biome windy.
Tia DiMaggio says how do you get points?
The Wonky One says Gojo, you had 6,122,300 points. You won 700,000. You now have 6,822,300 points.
Gojo says raffle.
Wonky D says from raffle or hope potato.
The Wonky One says a raffle has started for 123,456 points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Gojo entered the raffle.
Gojo says type, join.
The Wonky One says you have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle. Tia DiMaggio entered the raffle. The raffle is now over. To enter. Winner is Tia DiMaggio. You won 123,456 points and now have 133,456 points. Gambling is now enabled. Gojo, you had 6,827,300 points. You lost 750,000. You now have 6,077,300 points.
Tia DiMaggio says yay.
The Wonky One says, hey Gojo, you don't have that many points to gamble. Gojo, you had 6,077,300 points. You won 750,000. You now have 6,827,300 points.
Generic person says sup.
Gojo says hi friend, D.
Generic person says hello.
Gojo says besto friendo. Check top points friend.
The Wonky One says top points. 1. Gojo 68 to 7300. 2. French Fry Antlers Fan 508 300. 3. Generic Person 3189000.
Gojo says I beat French Fry Antlers fan.
The 1Q1 says hey Tia DiMaggio has 133,456 points and are in rank 13 of 17.
Wonky D says need more ideas to spend points on.
Hakio98 says bro I just got Sailor this morning.
The 1Q1 says welcome to Wonky D's stream Hakio98.
Gojo says Russia roulette. Hakio98 says I didn't had HP 1 and no lucky potions. Tia DiMaggio says cool. Gojo says Hakio98 thinking face. Hakio98 says we freaking celebrated when I got Sailor this morning.
The 1Q1 says a raffle has started for 1 million points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Hey Hakio98, you currently have 0 points so you can't choose fault. Gojo entered the raffle. Tia DiMaggio entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. Hakio98 entered the raffle. You have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle. The raffle is now over. 3 entered. Winner is Hakio98. You won 1 million points and now have 1,005,000 points. Gambling is now enabled.
CNO_Regio says hi.
The 1Q1 says Gojo, you had 6,832,300 points. You lost 800,000. You now have 6,032,300 points.
Hakio98 says holy crap.
The 1Q1 says Gojo, you had 6,032,300 points. You won 900,000. You now have 6,932,300 points. Tia DiMaggio, you had 137,456 points. You won 10,000. You now have 147,456 points.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a permafrost. 173,500 chance.
Hakio98 says nice, I knew you got perma.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a hazard. Raise. 1/70,000 chance.
The Wonky One says, hey Hackyo98 has 990 for 1,000 points and are in rank 9 of 18.
Hackyo98 says nice.
The Wonky One says, Tia DiMaggio, you had 147,456 points. You won 10,000. You now have 157,456 points.
Wonky D says, latest biome windy.
Gojo says hot potato. Hot potato please Wonky.
The Wonky One says, Tia DiMaggio, you had 162,456 points. You lost 20,000. You now have 142,456 points.
Hackyo98 says yeah. Gojo says come on you goover.
The Wonky One says, Tia DiMaggio, you had 142,456 points. You won 20,000. You now have 162,456 points. Gojo, you had 6,937,300 points. You lost 900,000. You now have 6,037,300 points.
Tia DiMaggio says bye.
The Wonky One says, Gojo, you had 6,037,300 points. You won 900,000. You now have 6,937,300 points.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a hazard. Raise. 1/70,000 chance.
Gojo says Wonky do hot potato.
Wonky D says need more people for hot potato.
Gojo says oh.
The Wonky One says a game of hot potato has started. The first hot potato lands in at Wonky D's hand. Type pass to pass the hot potato to the next person before it burns your hands. At Wonky D passed the hot potato to a Gojo.
Wonky D says otherwise, it will just be me and you.
The Wonky One says at Gojo passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato to a Gojo. At Gojo passed the hot potato 2 at Wonky D.
Gojo says it's fun anyways.
The Wonky One says at Wonky D passed the hot potato 2 at Gojo.
Wonky D says latest biome rainy.
The Wonky One says at GOJO passed the hot potato 2 at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato 2 at GOJO. At Gojo passed the hot potato 2 at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato 2 at GOJO. At Gojo passed the hot potato 2 at Wonky D. The potato has been passed along 10x now and cooled down. The game is over. It's a draw. Good job, guys. The only nation whose name begins with an A, but doesn't end in an A is Afghanistan. Hey Gojo has 7,442,300 points and are in rank 1 of 18.
Yajimi Sashoto says hot potato is now fixed.
The Wonky One says welcome to Wonky D's stream Yajimi Sashoto.
Wonky D says at Yajimi Sashoto, yeah. It should be.
Gojo says yes like Yagami. Yajimi Sashoto says ah. Gojo says just kidding. Yajimi Sashoto check top points. Yajimi Sashoto says 7 million points. Gojo says yes. Me 7 million points. Yajimi Sashoto says by the way Gojo. Gojo says yay. Yajimi Sashoto says describe me in 2 words or 3. Gojo says sweet, funny and chill guy. Describe me Yajimi Sashoto. Yajimi Sashoto says, and behind that is something dark and bitter. Chill gambler.
The wonky one says a raffle has started for -1 million points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled.
Wonky D says, let's see if this works laughing out loud.
Yajimi Sashoto says, gimme.
The wonky one says you have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. Yajimi Sashoto entered the raffle.
Yajimi Sashoto says, gimme my negative points.
The wonky one says you have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Desi Sanchez says, hi, my name is Desi.
The wonky one says, hey Desi Sanchez, welcome to the stream. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Desi Sanchez says, thank you. Yajimi Sashoto says, hi Desi im Yajimi.
The wonky one says the raffle is now over. One entered. Winner is Yajimi Sashoto. You won -1 million points and now have -995,000 points. Gambling is now enabled.
Yajimi Sashoto says, 0 yay.
The wonky one says, hey Yajimi Sashoto, has -995,000 points and are in rank 19 of 19.
Yajimi Sashoto says, yay. Gojo says, Yajimi Sashoto check top points.
The wonky one says top points. 1. Gojo 7 for 7300. 2. French fry and plus fan 580 300. 3. Genlook person 319 for 00.
Gojo says, see who's second place.
Wonky D says, latest biome snowy.
Lation says, wonky WSP.
The wonky one says, hi there Lation, welcome to Wonky D's stream.
Yajimi Sashoto says, it's French fry. Why? Gojo says he kept yapping. Lation says he hey. Yajimi Sashoto says yaprino. Upresso.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a diabolic. Void. 100,000 for 100 chance.
Gojo says Yapakino 100,000%. Yajimi Sashoto says thumbs up light skin tone. Lation says I rolled 7 of those. Gojo says you presso thumbs up like skin tone. Yajimi Sashoto says did the robot really have to describe the skin tone? I can be one, circle with vertical fill, circle with vertical fill. Lation says hello the Wonkies won. Yajimi Sashoto says JK. Gojo says my brother and some of my friends are black. One of them gave me N-word pass. Yajimi Sashoto says should I change my profile? Gojo says no. It's fine. Yajimi Sashoto says okay.
Wonky D says latest biome ring.
Gojo says French fries antlers fan is Yapakino ex Yapresso okay sign. Yajimi Sashoto says I wanna change my profile to dark chocolate so badly open mouth smile. Carling Amar says you what's up again.
The Wonky One says each game is cool.
Yajimi Sashoto says because I'm too bitter to be that sweet open mouth smile. Gojo says Wonky type my name.
Wonky D says Gojo.
Yajimi Sashoto says laughing out loud. Gojo says like this, Gojo. THXS.
Wonky D says why?
Yajimi Sashoto says I'ma change my user.
The wonky one says, Doctor, Kellogg introduced Kellogg's Corn Flakes in hopes that it would reduce masturbation.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a Nautilus. 1/70,000 chance.
Carling Amar says Wonky D. Gojo says Wonky D.
The wonky one says a pregnant goldfish is called a trit. I cut my finger chopping cheese, but I think that I may have greater problems.
Bitter but sweet, says done changing user. Carling Amar says dose the bot work.
The wonky one says the shortest war in history was between Zanzibar and England in 1896. Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes.
Wonky D says, yep, bot works.
Carling Amar says I want to do hot potato. Bitter but sweet, says it's Gojo gone.
Wonky D says, latest biome windy.
Gojo says hi. Bitter but sweet, says hiya. Carling Amar says by the way. Wonkied I want to play hot potato. Bitter but sweet, says but the potato is burnt. Gojo says star platinum ZA world O. Carling Amar says new. Bitter but sweet, says but I could be hot for you full moon face. JK. Gojo says Jack-o'-lantern, 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 Jack-o'-lantern.
Wonky D says it bitter but sweet. Doing points.
Carling Amar says I'm a min boy I mean. Bitter but sweet, says never mind.
Wonky D says, can you do points bitter but sweet?
The wonky one says, hey bitter but sweet. has minus 985,000 points and are in rank 19 of 19.
Bitter but sweet says I have negative. Yay, now no one will take my homeless rank.
Wonky D says, "Ah yeah, just wondered if it still works since you changed your name."
Gojo says on Hollow there is a buddy that would take your treats. He's big and black and he'll take your candy. That ninja's name is Big B Randy.
Wonky D says, "Latest biome snowy."
Bitter but sweet says I know what kind of candy Gojo would be. Gojo says that Carling Amar says Gojo can be any candy. Bitter but sweet says he'd be the Candy Max. Carling Amar says if you had it apart. I mean have. Bitter but sweet says refreshing and sweet. I feel like traumatizing you, Carling, but I'll get cancelled. Gojo says on Halloween there would be a buddy who would turn you into Sook, Una. That ninja's name is Satru Gojo. Carling Amar says it's okay. Volko says what's your best aura? Carling Amar says I don't care, I'm depressed.
The Wonky One says welcome to Wonky D's stream, Volko. A raffle has started for 1 million points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Wonky's best aura is Star Scorch, Radiant. 1 in 100 million. https://youtube.com/shorts/0lax5zqwo. Gojo entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. Carling Amar entered the raffle.
Volko says can you equip it?
The Wonky One says you have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Bitter but sweet says he won't.
The Wonky One says you have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Bitter but sweet says probably.
Wonky D says I might.
The Wonky One says the raffle is now over. To enter, Winner is Carling Amayu on 1 million points and now have 2,023,000 points. Gambling is now illegal.
Carling Amar says yay. Gojo says how many zero does 2 million have?
Wonky D says same as 1 million.
Gojo says how much?
Wonky D says 6 zeros.
The wonky one says Gojo, you had 7,467,300 points. You lost 2 million. You now have 5,467,300 points. Gojo, you had 5,467,300 points. You won 3 million. You now have 8,467,300 points.
Carling Amar says I wanna see how many points I have.
Wonky D says type points to find out.
The wonky one says, hey Carling Amar, has 2,028,000 points and are in rank for of 19.
Carling Amar says dang GG.
Wonky D says latest biome windy.
The wonky one says, Carling Amar, you had 2,028,000 points. You won 100,000. You now have 2,128,000 points. Carling Amar, you had 2,128,000 points. You won 10,000. You now have 2,138,000 points.
Carling Amar says dang GG nobody chatting.
The 1Q1 says Gojo, you had 8,467,300 points. You lost 3 million. You now have 5,467,300 points. The mask worn by Michael Myers in the original Halloween was actually a Captain Kirk mask painted white. Gojo, you had 5,472,300 points. You won 3 million. You now have 8,472,300 points.
Carling Amar says I'm the only one here WOWW. Gojo says just 3 million and I'm unbeatable smile. Bitter but sweet. Says look I'm also a ghost here Carling. Gojo says get out. Carling Amar says if I was the president I would tell my whole country to sub to you. Oh. Bitter but sweet. Says anyone Filipino here by the way? Carling Amar says me. Or Akko.
The 1Q1 says a raffle has started for 100,000 points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Gojo entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. Carling Amar entered the raffle. You have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Gojo says wonky D do hot potato.
The 1Q1 says the raffle is now over. To enter. Winner is Carling Amar. You won 100,000 points and now have 2,243,000 points. Gambling is now enabled.
Carling Amar says yay. Gojo says please. Please. Carling Amar says PLSSSS de hot potato.
The Wonky One says a game of hot potato has started. The first hot potato lands in at Carling Amar's hand. Type has to pass the hot potato to the next person before it burns your hands.
Carling Amar says yay.
The Wonky One says that Carling Amar passed the hot potato to at Gojo. At Gojo passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato to at Gojo. At Gojo passed the hot potato to at Carling Amar. At Carling Amar passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Carling Amar, you are not holding a hot potato right now. At Wonky D's.
Carling Amar says oh wait sorry.
The Wonky One says at Wonky D passed the hot potato to at Gojo.
Bitter but sweet, says him back.
The Wonky One says at Gojo passed the hot potato to at Wonky D. At Wonky D passed the hot potato to at Gojo. At Gojo passed the hot potato to at Carling Amar. At Carling Amar passed the hot potato to at Gojo. The potato has been passed along 10 times now and cooled down. The game is over. It's a draw. Good job, guys. At Gojo, there's currently no active game of hot potato going on.
Carling Amar says hey.
The Wonky One says hey Gojo has 8,877,300 points and are in rank 1 of 19.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a lunar. 150,000 chance. At Gojo do gamble all.
The Wonky One says hey Carling Amar has 2,548,000 points and are in rank 4 of 19.
Gojo says Wonky if I gamble all you promise to give me 10 million.
Wonky D says nope, you have to win it again.
Bitter but sweet, says if Gojo manages to even get too close to 1 billion I'm calling him legendary gambler. Gojo says okay bet. Bitter but sweet, says hell no. Gojo says gamble 100k if I reach 1 billion. Bitter but sweet says let's sparkle the F.
The wonky one says Carling Amar, you had 2,553,000 points. You won 1 million. You now have 3,553,000 points.
Bitter but sweet says nor circle all but upper left quadrant filled, circle all but upper left quadrant filled, nor asterisk sparkles. Carling Amar says yes. Gojo says let's sparkle the F. Bitter but sweet says nor circle all but upper left quadrant filled, circle all but upper left quadrant filled, nor Shan sparkles sparkles. Carling Amar says at Gojo trust me gamble all.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a flushed, lobotomy. 1/69,000 chance. I just rolled an exotic. 1/99,999 chance.
Bitter but sweet says thumbs up light skin tone. Carling Amar says I got black, I got white, what you want? Gojo says do I hear someone turning into a Yapakino? Bitter but sweet says a sugar daddy.
Wonky D says latest biome snowy.
Gojo says you presso. Bitter but sweet says the snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen tilde. Gojo says yap alani. Carling Amar says yapping of the yapping tons. Bitter but sweet. Says I mean I could write a story by yapping if y'all want.
Wonky D says, what is all this about yapping?
Carling Amar says sure.
Wonky D says, are you memming?
Gojo says yes. Bitter but sweet. Says just them talking about me yapping. Gojo says womp womp smile. Carling Amar says yo wonkied. Emmett Fortier says hi Wonky D.
The Wonky One says welcome to Wonky D's stream, Emmett Fortier.
Carling Amar says can you make a vid of popping HP2? Gojo says 9-year-old iPad kid womp womo. Womp to the biggest L womp. Carling Amar says do y'all know this? If you guys know this you're a rog in TikTok or YouTube. Gojo says bet. Bitter but sweet. Says well, now Gojo is turning toxic. Gojo says I'ma stop P. I'ma be rude but in a nice way. Carling Amar says down finger pinching hand. Wait. Wonkied.
Wonky D says yeah.
Carling Amar says there is a merchant that spawn. Go to it. Bitter but sweet. Says huh, never knew Carling's size was an ant's size. Gojo says bitter but sweet has a smooth brain, no ridges or lumps or valleys or bums, all ideas slide right off like a water slide, smile. Emmett Fortier says what is that supposed to mean? Carling Amar says ahaha, you called me that butter but sweet.
Wonky D says nothing, I think. It's just random words. Latest biome rainy.
Bitter but sweet. Says thumbs up, light skin tone. Gojo says Wonky D, I'm being mean in a nice way. Carling Amar says at Gojo true.
Wonky D says just don't be mean.
Bitter but sweet. Says Carling Amar isang tanong LNG ito. Tuli KNA bar.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a permafrost. 1/73,500 chance.
Bitter but sweet. Says thumbs up, light skin tone. Gojo says did I be mean in a nice way, everyone? Carling Amar says oh no. Bitter but sweet. Says yes. Carling Amar says oo tuli na ako. 13 ako ehhh. Bitter but sweet. Says this dude is a year older than me.
Wonky D says latest biome windy.
Gojo says I'm 14. Carling Amar says oh. Gojo says I'm 1 year older than Amar. Carling Amar says dang.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a comet. 1/120,000 chance.
Bitter but sweet. Says 2 years older than me. M12 upside down face. Gojo says DANM. Carling Amar says a beaut you bitter but sweet. Tuli RNG. Emmett Fortier says how are you being mean in a good way. Bitter but sweet, says U Hindi Bar. Gojo says hot potato. Emmett Fortier says what hot potato. Gojo says hot potato. Bitter but sweet, says no one will ever know my gender nyehe. Gojo says girl. Boy. Bitter but sweet, says I'm a boy. Carling Amar says it's a boy.
Wonky D says latest biome snowy.
Carling Amar says I knew. Gojo says I guessed it. Carling Amar says it's Sabi Mo Kasi Kong Tilly Na Ako EHHH. Bitter but sweet, says I can't find a hair tie. Emmett Fortier says fire in the hole. Laughing out loud.
Wonky D says, I just rolled a stormal. 1 in 90,000 chance.
The Wonky One says a raffle has started for 100,000 points. To enter type, join. You have 60 seconds to enter. Gambling is now disabled. Gojo entered the raffle. You have 45 seconds left to enter the raffle. Carling Amar entered the raffle. You have 30 seconds left to enter the raffle.
Bitter but sweet, says Brew I can't find a hair tie in my house.
The Wonky One says bitter but sweet. Entered the raffle. You have 15 seconds left to enter the raffle. The raffle is now over. 3 entered. Winner is Gojo. You won 100,000 points and now have 9,002,300 points. Gambling is now enabled.
Bitter but sweet, says of F. Gojo says 9 million.
The wonky one says Carling Amar, you had 3,563,000 points. You won 1 million. You now have 4,563,000 points.
Gojo says I'm too lucky.
The wonky one says Carling Amar, you had for 1,563,000 points. You lost 2 million. You now have 2,563,000 points. Gojo, you had 9,002,300 points. You won for 1 million. You now have the 10,002,300 points.
Wonky D says latest biome Starfall.
The wonky one says, hey Carling Amar, please gamble a bit more than just 200 points.
Gojo says 13 million loudly crying.
The wonky one says Carling Amar, you had 2,563,000 points. You lost 2,563,000. You now have 0 points.
Bitter but sweet, says laughing out loud. Carling Amar says no. Don't say laughing out loud. Gojo says good luck everyone beating my points. Carling Amar says Gojo say points. Gojo says and also GG.
The wonky one says, hey Gojo, has 13,002,300 points and are in rank 1 of 19.
Carling Amar says dang. Gojo. Gojo says I'm rich. Bitter but sweet, says found them hair ties. Carling Amar says someone can beat you. Hikari can beat you in gambling, he is the restless gambler. Bitter but sweet, says I beated Gojo in points before. Are you all dead? Gojo says Nua. Carling Amar says at Wionki D do a popping HP2.
Wonky D says I'm here.
Gojo says UNC. Carling Amar says Nah. Bitter but sweet, says KK. Carling Amar says at Wonky D do a popping HP2 live.
Wonky D says I don't have one. Or if I do, I'm not doing it now.
Gojo says really. Carling Amar says grind one or some. Bitter but sweet, says Helsing.
Wonky D says yeah, will take a while, so maybe later.
Carling Amar says Gojo what if you oil up with Carso? Gojo says hot potato. The F. Bitter but sweet, says Carling what the hell.